What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's April 11th, and I just got wind that NASA is going to be holding a press conference on Thursday to discuss findings about ocean worlds within our solar system. And they say that these findings are going to help broaden the search for life beyond our planet Earth. Now, on one hand, this is really cool, right? NASA is finally giving us a little bit more of truth, a little bit more soft disclosure. But let's be real, there's a whole lot of truth that they haven't told us. NASA, never a straight answer. And the point of this video that I'm going to make is that I'm actually going to introduce to you a concept called STARWATER. And we're just going to straight up leave NASA behind. Because just like Buckminster Fuller said with his famous quote, I don't remember the exact wording of it, but he basically said if you want to create a new reality, a better reality, you basically have to leave the old obsolete one behind. So who cares about what NASA has to say? We can search for the truth ourselves. I do. I know all of you guys do because you watch my videos. So I'm going to share with you some information about this concept called STARWATER. Now, a lot of people in the conventional science world and the conventional way of thinking believe that the Earth is some type of like magical watery oasis in our solar system, and you know, we're the only planet that has water and none of the other ones do. Some people kind of say, okay, you know, Mars has some ice on it, but that's about as far as they go in their conventional thinking. And another favorite quote of mine to introduce to you, I don't remember who said this one, but he basically said, the illiterate of the 21st century are not those who don't know how to read and write, but those who can't unlearn and relearn. So if we're really going to find out what the heck is going on here, we have to basically scrub our brains and unlearn all of the false theories and the false arguments that conventional education, conventional science teaches us, and piece together new worldviews based on the non-publicized data at hand. And the data I'm going to share with you comes from Ben Davidson of the Suspicious Observers YouTube channel. Dude is an awesome physicist. I've learned so much about space weather and everything from following his YouTube channel for a couple years. He does a great expose on this concept that he calls STARWATER. I don't know if he's the one that invented it or someone else did, but pretty much most of the information I get about it comes from him. Now, what STARWATER is, it's the idea that water is everywhere in our, not only our solar system, but just our cosmos in general. Water is everywhere. And conventional science actually validates this idea. Water is everywhere. We already know it is, right? We know that Mercury has water. We know Venus has probably had water in the past. Earth obviously has water. I'm looking at it. Mars has water or ice. Pretty much all the moons in our solar system has water. Pluto has ice on it. Even the Oort cloud, even around other stars, scientists have found water. And all of these findings have been published in journals and articles. They're just not, right, they always put the truth out there, they just don't connect the dots. So it's up to us to connect the dots. Now, okay, with that assumption that there's water everywhere, that begs the question, how did it get there? Now, this question requires an understanding of solar weather and what the sun does, but in basics, the sun basically poops out what's called CMEs, coronal mass ejections. And in these CMEs that every star bursts out, we find elements. And every element known to man has actually been found in these coronal mass ejections. But the most important one is hydrogen, okay? When the sun gives off these CMEs, a lot of hydrogen and hydrogen ions are splurted out with it. And when these hydrogen ions come in contact with a planetary atmosphere that has oxygen in it, the CME will actually cause that atmosphere to release oxygen. That oxygen will then be able to bind with those hydrogen ions. And what happens when we bind oxygen and hydrogen? We get some high quality H2O. So understanding that, well, pretty much, any planetary atmosphere that has oxygen in it, doesn't matter how much oxygen it has, but if it has any in it, it's going to create some water. The reason that the Earth has so much freaking water in our solar system, much more than all the other planets, is because it has more oxygen. So the Earth is it actually is a nice little oasis. It has all this oxygen, all this water. It's very abundant with a huge diversity of life on it, but it's not unique in the fact it has water. Water is freaking everywhere. And, one thing I just want to bring, one piece of evidence I want to bring into the picture real quick for this STARWATER theory is noctilucent clouds. And these things freaking fascinate me. This whole subject fascinates me, but noctilucent clouds are especially pretty cool because what they are is that they're essentially electrified, ionized, glowing clouds that are way up in the freaking atmosphere. They're like 50, 80 miles high. They're 10 times higher than cirrus clouds are. Cirrus clouds are the highest clouds known to conventional science. So these noctilucent clouds are, they're completely puzzling conventional scientists. They're like, how the heck did that water vapor and those clouds get so high up in the freaking sky? Because, right, water is not limited to our earthly surface. Water is everywhere throughout the cosmos, right? You could say our universe is literally made to make water, okay? This is very important because the controlling powers that be on this planet that have screwed with our minds for so long, they don't want us to know this because what is water? Water is the precursor to life, right? And there are studies that have been shown if you electrify water, you can start making primitive forms of life. Electricity and water together can simply make life. So if we have a universe that's made to make life, if we have a universe that is based upon electricity, right, the electric universe theory, fantastic theory, I'll do more videos on that. What does that mean? Well, put those two together and you could logically come to the conclusion that our universe is literally made to make life. Life is abundant in our universe. And understanding that, coming to that logical conclusion in seriousness, right, without ridicule, but seriously coming to the conclusion of, wow, there's life freaking everywhere. They don't want you to realize that. They don't want you to know that because that opens up Pandora's box of many, many, many other secrets that the powers that be have not told us. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that little expose on what STARWATER is. If you want to know more about it, check out the links from Suspicious Observers down below. And I'll be doing, of course, more videos on all this kind of cool science stuff as I begin to wrap my head around it. And also, I will be doing more videos on the solar shift, because these noctilucent clouds that I mentioned, right, the very high clouds that normally are always found on the North and South Pole, but they're actually one sign of the changing energetics of our cosmos is that these noctilucent clouds are being found lower and lower and lower. I'm in Washington State. I've actually seen them. I saw them a couple years ago with my own eyes. And this is just one piece of evidence that's showing there is a lot of change going on in our solar system, in our cosmos, and there's going to be a lot of changes that are going on with our sun that are very important to understand, so I will be doing more videos on that. So anyway, thank you guys for listening to my tangent, my rant of the day. Peace out.